I don't know what other people's experiences have been, but since I started running and training for this marathon, I've been gassed. These runs got me gassed up. I be farting every 15 steps. I'm just trying to be real now. That quarter-inch of snow out there is getting chilly. We just got back from pitching another business on setting up a recycling bin at their corporate office to fund Motion Impact, and now it's time for the first edition of Freaky Friday. We're going on an 8-mile run. Let's get after it. Well, since this is the first episode of Freaky Friday, I should tell you how this whole segment started. It started about 2.5 months ago when I read David Goggins' book, You Can't Hurt Me, I Can't Hurt Me, You Can't Touch Me, something like that. I'll put it up here. But I didn't read it, I listened to it, I should say, driving across the country on, I listened to it on the Audible app, that's what it was. I listened to it while I was driving from Colorado to California, and he was talking about being uncomfortable, and I've always believed that you only grow in moments when you're uncomfortable. Like, you're not really growing if you're in a comfortable state. And it's not that you should be uncomfortable all the time, but you gotta put yourself in uncomfortable situations in order to grow. And while he was telling his story, which is an incredible story, I definitely recommend reading or listening to the book. I started thinking about in my own life, like, where am I truly putting myself on purpose into uncomfortable situations? When I was in college as an athlete, you continuously put yourself into uncomfortable situations, like, every day. And after college, I realized I just wasn't doing that as much. And that was when I was living in my truck, traveling across the country, speaking to programs, and I still felt like I just wasn't putting myself in as many uncomfortable situations as I should be, especially physically. And being an athlete, I also realized how hard it is after college and how hard it is leaving that sport. Like, you just feel this huge void in your life, and I wasn't pushing myself mentally through a physical way anymore. And it started getting me thinking about, what could I do every week to make sure I'm getting in uncomfortable situations? And I thought, you know what, every Friday I'm gonna start doing something I don't like doing, something that makes me uncomfortable. And that's when I started doing it. First, I ran like a mile in shorts and a t-shirt when I was snowing in Colorado, and then I ran 4 miles as I've been preparing for this marathon, like breaking through mental barriers for myself. And now today we're gonna run 8 miles straight. Now the royal we. I am going to run 8 miles straight, video it, and put this Freaky Friday up, because that's going to be uncomfortable. That's the furthest I've ran non-stop in my entire life. So for these Freaky Friday segments, I'm going to take you with me as I do these uncomfortable feats, whether it's swimming in a icy river, or getting in the pool here at the apartment complex while it's snowing, or meditating out in my boxers in some local park, or going downtown and just speaking to a camera right in the middle of downtown where people are walking around me. That's uncomfortable. Whatever it is, I'm going to take you with and make a habit out of it, and we're going to call it Freaky Fridays. Let's get to the first one. Hi. Say hi. You want to go for a run? Want to go for an 8-mile run? Can I put my shoe on, bro? You don't like when you put your shoes on. Is it okay if I put this on? Can I? Thank you. Alright, now that I'm ready to go, it's time to get this first Freaky Friday activity on the way. And now I'm going to switch over to the GoPro so I can run with it at the same time. If the audio is terrible, too bad. I gotta warm up a little bit, I can't even lie. I ran 4 miles yesterday, and my left knee is feeling it. Today might be rough. But that's why we're doing this. Get uncomfortable. Oh yeah, there it is. I hope the video got that. And we out here running 8 miles in the Nike Freeze. Not even the new joints. Let's get this thing started. Oh yeah, that left knee is gonna be killing. I'm not even a mile in and this knee is tapping. Woo. It's gonna be a good one today. You know, one reason I love working out and I've loved running early in the morning recently is I'm running next to all these houses right here. All these houses that I pass by full of people that I can just hear all the excuses for why they're not out getting exercise, why they're not going to the gym, why they're not getting their bodies right to feel better. And it makes me laugh because this sidewalk is out here. This sidewalk ain't gonna move. This sidewalk ain't special to me. They could get out here and they could run and they could do the exact same thing that I'm doing, but they're choosing not to. That's the reality. They're choosing to not get up early and to hit it before they go to work. That's their choice. Since it's currently very real, let me pose a question to you. How do you deal with physical pain? How do you deal with it mentally? And the way you deal with it, is it important or did it come from how you grew up? Is it important that you have your kids in sports? I think that it's very important to have kids do things actively that they enjoy. Now, does my kid have to be an athlete? No, but they need to be able to go out and push their bodies just like I expect them to push their minds. And that leads to the first question. I think it is one and the same. If you can control your body by controlling your mind, it gives you a whole new power in life. If you can go out and tell your body what to do because you are mentally strong enough, you will be able to do things that others will not, even in other realms. Like right now, my left knee's killing me. But even in just what I said, it's not actually killing me. My mind decides that. When I start to physically hurt, my mind has to take over and weigh what's really going on. Is it to a point where I have to quit? Is it really to that point? Like, what is that point for me? Until I physically can no longer stand, I can still run, right? I can at least walk. I'm not even close to that point. But when we start to deal with physical pain, we have to address those things mentally. And we ask questions subconsciously in our own mind. How much does this actually hurt? How much can I actually take? And those are questions that you have to callous your mind to deal with, because you can take and withstand way more than you believe you can. What better checking in point than my favorite store, maybe in my entire life, Goodwill. This is my quarter checkpoint. We're 2 miles in. It's usually my halfway point, but today we got 8 miles. My hands are turning pink, getting a little bit cold, stinging a little bit, but we got 75% of the run left. Let's get it. It's bumping. I don't know what other people's experiences have been, but since I started running and training for this marathon, I've been gassy. These runs got me gassed up. I'll be farting every 15 steps. I'm just trying to be real now. We're almost home. That is home. And by home, I mean halfway, because we gotta do this loop again. There it is. And we've made it halfway. That's where we start to keep going. Y'all tripping, thought I was gonna stop. We're only halfway. We're running the full 8, calves on 10, but we still going, don't play. I'm telling you, going from a 40-yard dash to a 10-mile piece of a marathon ain't gonna be easy. But we out here working. Good morning. This could be you, but you playing. The first time I did a distance run training here, I got a fat blister on my right foot, and I'm feeling it in the same place. Nike Free's doing me dirty, but my feet doing me dirty too. I've always had to wear inserts in my shoes. I used to have custom ones when I was a kid, and the doctors told me that my Achilles tendons weren't as long as they're supposed to be, so that's what's led to my flat feet, because it's pulling from the back and flattening my foot. And I'm starting to think that's part of the reason my calves are so tight. Man, what's good, bro? I ain't seen you in forever. I'm at 6 miles, and this is the point where my insert on my right foot starts to dig into my foot every single step. And I can feel it. There's gonna be a blister for sure. But 2 miles left. Ain't no quitting now. I'm on the last mile. This is the shine time. The rest of that was grind time. When you're going through something, the majority of it is just grind time. Ain't nobody watching, ain't nobody looking. You just gotta put in the work to get to the end, to the shine time. That's where we're at. Where you finish the line, you cross the line, you finish the race, and that's where you win. That's where you have to let it all out. The body doesn't matter, the right foot doesn't matter. The pain, the slight limp, the off balance hips, it don't matter, it's time to finish. Let's get it, come on now. It's right there. 100 meters. Finish. This ain't for everybody. Done. 8 miles. Not a single stop. That's a good one for the first edition of Freaky Friday. I'm gonna wrap this one up in the hot tub. Oh yeah, that's definitely coming back. It just healed. Part of the process, I guess. Okay, now to the hot tub. I can tell you what I've definitely not done, and that's shower. Ooh. Calves on 10. Well, this was a good Freaky Friday for the first one. The 8 miles was tough. It was definitely an uncomfortable situation, which is the whole purpose of this. Now going forward, let me know, comment if there's something that you want to see me do, and I'll consider it. As long as it's not too ridiculous, I'm gonna consider it. And as I grow, then I'll push myself more and more mentally and physically. But thanks for coming to this edition of Freaky Friday. I hope you take this into your own life and just reflect and see how you can push yourself, whether it's physically, mentally, emotionally, socially, just into situations that are uncomfortable for you, but that you know you're gonna grow in. Come back next week for another edition of Freaky Friday.